Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be flying the Dodo on GTA 3, not once but twice at the same time on one controller. As you can see, I've got it all rigged up down the bottom there. So I'll open up my first instance. I'm running it on the PCSX2 emulator, and the first thing I want to do before I load my game is go onto my controller settings, and the PS2 square button, I want to disable that on my first instance of the game. And my second instance that I run, I'll have to clear all of the actual config on this, and the only buttons I actually want is the start button, which obviously from the actual controller setup at the bottom you can see what I'm setting these up as. And for the left analog stick, I'm setting this as the right analog stick, so I'm going to actually be flying in two separate instances of the game at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll boot there, that'll be the instance on the left, just so I don't get any copyright flags or out like that. I'm going to be quickly loading up my save state because I don't want to be, playing any music from the game or anything like that. And that's my other instance, so I'm going to load this state as well. Okay. So we've got that rigged up and we're ready to go pretty much. So let's just see how this one goes. So as you can see, the first instance on the left is all set up to as close to a PS2 emulator as I can get it, and I'm going to set this one up. I ain't got any brakes set for either of these, but once I get going I shouldn't actually need them. So I'll get that sort of lined up as well as I can, right there. And then on the right, as you can see, I'm actually controlling this with the Xbox's X button, which would be the PlayStation square button, and the right analog stick. But once I'm in the air, I don't actually need to be pressing them buttons. All I need is the analog sticks to control the flight. I'm going to be flying one way and one the other way around the map, so just make sure I'm not going to roll off the end of the runway here. Turn it in and get that. Oh, that was a sweet lineup right there. Okay, so here we go. I've got them lined up, and as you can see my finger's going to have to twist a little bit because I'm going to have to hold A and X at the same time, as well as manoeuvre both the analog sticks for takeoff. So there we go, time for it to begin. And all I've got to do is rely on the noise of the sparks here to know. There we go. Right, we've got them both in the air, and this is sort of the tricky bit because you've got to make sure that you're getting all your angles right and everything. And don't get me wrong, it's tricky all the way through because there's a lot to focus on. Just sort of, my main tip I can give for this is to look left and right as often as you can. Sort of like while you're concentrating on the left, just keep an eye on the right and vice versa. And before you know it, you'll be flying two Dodos at the same time on one controller. The reason I did this is because, as much as I love flying the Dodo just on its own, it can get a little bit stale. And I thought, well, what's to stop trying to fly two at the same time, I did a quick look through YouTube, there's nothing else like this on there. I thought, well, it's worth doing a video about, So if you like it, feel free to stick a comment down there, a like, and if you like it that much, if you really love it, subscribe. I do release videos relatively often of all different things, not just GTA, just all sorts of games, whatever I'm playing at the time. But I really thought this one was a little bit special, So I am going to be flying these round the map and then hopefully landing them back at the airport at roughly the same time. Hopefully. I say hopefully. This is take number 4 or 5. I have screwed this up a few times. It is more awkward than it looks, and hopefully this does go well. It is quite a hot day today. I'm getting a bit hot and bothered about it. But yeah, this cliff on the left, don't worry too much about that, you just fly right through it. Oh, the one on the left is really giving me some jib. Okay, right, the one on the right sort of balanced itself out quite nicely. Okay, right, we've got him fairly steady now. And then now the main thing is just to let them coast. I will sort of with the left one try and veer a little bit round, you know, the ghost town, which way back when this game came out and I was flying the Dodo around here, I did used to call it Casa City, because if you hear on the radio station it does actually mention Casa City, but it was like an Easter egg, you know, pointing towards the Manhunt game, which came out in 2003, which was also a great game, quite similar to GTA, but it was brutal executions and whatnot. Did love that game. I think it got banned over here, certain things and whatnot. I'm trailing off. So as we go now, just steady as we go around the map. I can use my L2 and R2 on the left screen, but the right screen is literally rudimentary analog stick, getting out of vehicle and accelerate, that's it. But once you're in the air with this, you don't actually need to hold the accelerate button. So as you can see, I'm just steady coasting it now, trying to get them back in one piece, back to the runways, for hopefully what will be a smooth landing. Now, the last time I tried this, I did actually mess up because I forgot the left screen was actually running and I ain't got no brakes, and it just rolled right off the edge of the runway into the water, which is quite foolish. Now this is the really awkward bit because there's a lot of oh crap, oh, the one on the left, I thought I was going to lose it. No, I got it. One on the right. Come on, bring him in. Yes, one on the left is down. One on the right is down. Yes, it's nice. Yeah, there we go. So as you can see, I've just flown both Dodos at the same time. You know, thanks for watching. Like I say, like, subscribe, comment. If you'd like me to do some simultaneous tricks, stunts, whatnot, I will give that a go. But obviously I need to know if there's any sort of demand for it first. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.